Hello and welcome back to Gavra Racing GT4 series. We were momentarily at break, but we have, for the most part, fixed the server issues that have been going on, and we are back to bringing you GT4 action right here in the midst of qualifying. And K-Morse was the first across the line, so we're currently on board him right now. C's going through the third sector now to set the first time. It's a extended qualifying for the earlier issues, as he just hits the grass a little bit, and that has ended his qualifying run rather prematurely there. So unfortunate there, although it looks like he will stay on the track to at least just get some more laps out there. Meanwhile, some of the drivers behind him who are also making times, one of them being Slim Sign, who is also on his lap. He comes across through turn 8 right now, a little bit on the grass, although he's able to keep up most of his speed as he heads now down to turn 9. So as he heads down through there, carries quite a lot of speed actually through turn 9. Doesn't take as much as the outside as he probably can, but he will come across the line to set a 132.5, so far the fastest of anybody. Onboard GTS, who doesn't quite go as fast as Slim Sign. He might have had an invalidated lap, but right now Schwami is currently taking the pole with a 132.1. GTS only goes 4th with 139. That was Alice there, only going 4th. Behind him, that's Faster, who goes the fastest with 131. And then Hornet, who is behind them, only goes 6th fastest. So the early miss is Faster, who currently has set the early pace, but we look to expect more drivers out there to do some of their laps. Now, some drivers do have penalties, so we don't suspect that they will be qualifying. We will update you on that a little bit later. It's about one of the drivers yet set a representative time. He actually let off a lot more than I'm sure he thought just to make that corner with the KTM's good handling. He's able to keep it up really well to 7 and then 8. Takes a lot of the curb actually over 8. He might have actually scrubbed some speed off of the KTM. And then as he goes into turn 9, takes just the right amount of curb, not too much to upset the car. Across the line to set the first time, and it's only 8th with 137, so still a lot more time to make up as he arcs it into turn 1. Hopefully he doesn't get a corner penalty for that. Meanwhile, onboard Hornet also coming across the line right now. It's not a faster time at the moment. While K-Morse goes fastest of everyone with the 133. So about a second up on Faster, currently sets 2nd. He's not able to go faster either. Lord Alex gets it all wrong going into turn 4, I believe. So that might have invalidated his lap there. We'll see if he can sort of make it up a little bit as he goes into 6. Joe also across the line now, although it looks like his lap wasn't that good. So he's got Schwami behind him. See Schwami just sliding it through turn 7 on the. Alex actually decides to let him go there, so Alex abandoning that lap. Instead, Schwami setting a much better time this time around. He goes across turn 9, a lot more confident there, actually doesn't go that wide. As he comes across the line right now, Schwami is still 4 tenths down. I believe that's Hornet, who actually manages to go with the 134, so just a little bit behind K-Morse. GTS goes 4th. And then Faster has been bumped all the way down to 5th. Can he improve? No, he can't, so it's an invalidated lap that time. Slim sign goes quite wide there into 5, and he's all the way off. Has to let Bowie go there, excuse me. Really nicely over the curb. KTM doesn't get as much rattled as the other cars do. So this might be a much better lap time from Bowie, as the top 3 are only separated by around 0.2, so very close between Aston Martin, Ginetta, and KTM. But as he comes across the line right now, is his time faster? It's a little bit faster, but not fast enough for pole. It only goes for 1:38, so really good there, although it needs to find around 4 more tenths if he wants to displace K-Morse. K-Morse, who is right behind him, will now come across to turn 9 as it stands. Very slightly through turn 9, although he picked up a lot of speed actually. I think he's been one of the fastest to go through turn 9. So he will come across the line right now, although it seems like an invalidated lap time there. He goes way far off in turn 1, so that lap is already done and dusted there. Not as confident around turn 9. He's currently sitting in 6th across the line. He does not set a time there, so this might be his new lap. He's actually able to keep quite a bit of speed there compared to K-Morse. A little bit over the grass there, and a little too much on the outside curve. That might have been an invalidated lap time for Schwami. Onboard Joe seems to be doing race trims at the moment, considering his fuel load. Cross is also looking to get a better time. Just that's Alex. He just gets a little bit on the grass there. That might have been an invalidated time there, but he comes across the line, goes faster, but not fast enough to get himself out of 10th place. And he's got a little bit of traffic in front of him that might have hampered his next race run. Well, Hornet coming through the last turn now to get himself up from 3rd. Can he take the fight a little bit closer to K-Morse? He's across the grass of the line, and he is not. He's 4 tenths down. Meanwhile, Bowie looking for just those extra couple of tenths if he wants to take pole here at Brands Hatch. So we come with 10 minutes to go. It's still all to play for. Goes across the line right now. It's not fast enough to displace K-Morse. K-Morse using a lot of the curve actually, as he slides through turn 6. So he's not afraid to kind of hang the back end there, although he's got Alex, so that might ruin his lap there. Speaking of which, Alex spins, and that's K-Morse who goes wide there. And that might be faster right behind them, as well as GTS, so a lot of cars coming through here, and I don't think any of these guys are going to get the lap that they need. This Faster looked to go very slowly through that section there. He sits 4th at the moment. And GTS going across the line right now. Is it an improved time? No, it wasn't, so indeed they were slower across that section. This Joe coming up, it seems to have all been cleared, although K-Morse might have taken some dirt with him onto the track as it looked a little bit there, but Joe Black, last week's podium winner, goes through quite slowly, although yeah, he's just practicing pit runs actually. Meanwhile, Bowie right behind him. He find those tensors not good enough. He does move to the front of the pack. Bowie with a 130 flat has displaced K-Morse. So now it'll be the job for K-Morse to see if he can set a time in the 129s. No one has been able to do that yet this session. Apparently it is still faster in GTS doing lap times here. With Red seemingly unable to be here for this race, it looks like the gap to Javier will actually increase, with Faster being Javier's replacement this race and K-Morse being Adam Crother's replacement this race. So it looks like the championship gap will actually increase for them. As Faster goes across the line right now, can he improve his time? No, he's 3/10 down. For GTS, also 2/10 down on his lap. Meanwhile, it is now still all to play for K-Morse, who is 300s down, so he needs 1/10, which he'll need to extract everything he can, although he has a lot of fuel. I don't think he's going to be able to break that time with that much fuel in the car, so he might just be practicing and setting himself up for the big run. Meanwhile, Bowie looking to go even faster on his time. It's looked really good around this lap. He might actually be able to hit the 129s for the first time. No, it's an invalidated lap time there. And good measure, he hits the dirt off turn 1. Side now going into the last turn, although he picked up a little bit of grass. That might have hampered him a little bit. Takes a little bit of the grass on the exit of 9, but he currently sits 5th place, but no improvement there. Chaumet looking like he's struggling a little bit compared to last week. You say that he goes wide off of turn 5, so not helping his case there, but with 5 minutes left to go, I expect everyone to make their final attempts as he's pretty much riding the curb there off of 6. See just how much air he actually got there over these curbs here. So K-Morse and Crazy now. Crazy had a little bit of a time penalty, so he will only have a few attempts to make a run. As for these last 3, Ryan, Maxwell, and Huso. Well, actually, Huso was out earlier, but it looks like he has not made a lap yet. But as for Ryan and Maxwell, I do believe they have penalties that prevent them from qualifying this race. But Huso, I believe, has sort of taken to the garage to call it a day. K-Morse, Hornets, and Crazy on the same pack there. Right there, that might be Beccaratis. Yeah, that's Beccaratis who lets Faster go. Faster a 10th up, but it's not fast enough to displace Hornet, who's in front of him. He needs at least 6 of those 10s. His GTS, it's like his lap time was also invalidated, so he will not go faster. Meanwhile, with said Faster, he might... How many times have we said Faster? He might do that, but not fast enough. It's only 0.05 of a second faster. I'm gonna stop saying that. This is Hornet and Crazy looking to start their laps, although Crazy right behind him. This isn't what he needs. He's only got roughly 1 attempt, but it looks like Hornet will get out of his way. Now it is all up to Crazy to set roughly his one and only chance at a lap attempt. Well, this is Bowie looking to go even faster. Can he get the first time in the 129s. He cannot. On board with Crazy. He's got roughly decent space in front of him. However, he's only got roughly one chance, maybe a second time if he can get around there in time. Let's see. A little bit wide in the turn 5, although he's able to arc it in there a little bit. Has to brake quite a lot for turn 6. Slides the back end in there. It seems like K-Morse has retired to the pit, so he will not be able to displace Bowie. Crazy now, very slidey through 7. And then decidingly taking a little bit more conservatively over 8, although that might have been the nail in the coffin there. That might be his laps disallowed there, so we'll have to see as he scuffs it up a lot going into turn 9. So penalty hurting Crazy a lot. Looks like he will start near the back of the field unless this does count. Okay, it does count for him, so he will start 10th. So he does have another chance, and it looks like K-Morse at the last minute has decided he does want to go out and try one more time. Meanwhile, Bowie across the line right now. Let's see. At least decently confident through there, although same drivers take a little bit more speed through there, but is it enough to break through the 129? Still no. Fast off turn 5, just gets it all wrong there. Goes across grass there a little bit. GTS partner following them. Both their lap times are disallowed, so that might be the end of the run for them. K-Morse, he's actually been able to get around the track quickly enough, although I don't think he'll be able to hit that time with the amount of fuel he's got. Faster and well, actually GTS is still out there. Joe and Schwami looking to retire from qualifying. It seems like they will stay 7th and 8th. K-Morse going really aggressive into turn 1. Took a lot of grass there. I wonder if that'll be time disallowed or if they'll allow that. Bekaratis has finished his final run. Crazy coming across the line to improve his time. Can he move up from 10th place? Yes, he can. Only a little bit, though. Only to 9th. Hornet will stay in 3rd. Powder looking one last time. And K-Morse has decided to hack it up, but Bowie goes across the line right now and still not able to set the time in the 129. Slim sign very much in the grass off of turn 8. So it looks like that'll be the end of that for him. Last but not least, Crazy, who is able to make one last attempt. But it looks like he was already very much down on his time, him and Alids. And Alids looks like he is also retiring from that. So the only car left out there really able to make a run is Crazy. See, very bouncy over the curves. That might have been nail in the coffin there as it goes through 7, quite wide. Yeah, he was 7/10 down there. He won't be able to make up that much time going into 8 and 9. So he takes way too much of the exit curve there. It looks like the qualifying times will stay as they are now. And with qualifying over, it is Bowie first, K-Morse second, and Buzzing Hornet third, followed by Faster, Slim Sign, GTS, Joe Black, Schwami, Crazy, and Bekaratis rounding out your top 10. And indeed, Red will not be here to make the final show. Really disappointing from him. So it means the championship gap will get ever farther away. But as the race goes on, 4 different manufacturers in the top 5, and so we'll once again go to the grid. So Bowie looking to rebound from Monza to score some more decent points here, maybe even get a win. K-Moore subbing in for Adam Crowther, looking to see what he can do. He starts second on the grid. Buzzing Hornet wasn't able to do much at Monza considering his early incident. He'll be looking to regain his track position here. Faster looking to go fast as he makes up for Javier not being here. Slim Side, another decent starting position for him. GTS starting a little further down than I'm sure he would like. Joe Black, last week's podium winner, will be looking to just score more decent points for Mustang. Schwami was disappointed to not get the podium last week, but he still showed some really good pace last week, so maybe he can do the same thing here. Crazy and unfortunate circumstance, but we'll see if he can make himself a threat in the top 5. Beckeratis also starting way farther down than I'm sure he would like. He'll be starting 10th. Alad's looking to also rebound, as well as Ryan also rebounding from his penalty with Max Blee as well. And Husas rounds off the last row of the grid without a qualifying attempt. And like I said, Red will not be here today, so the eyes are all on Faster to see if he can score better points for Javier. It's a very narrow run into turn 1 here at Brands Hatch. Anything can happen with these drivers, and it usually always does. So let's go to the grid. We head to 4 red lights. And they're off with Gavra Racing GT4 series here at Brands Hatch. It is relatively close with K-Morse, who actually manages to outpace Bowie going into the first turn. So now go into the first turn there. There's a little bit of contact there with Beckeratis and the Mustang of Joe there a little bit onto the inside of turn 1, although nothing major has occurred there. Relatively clean start there. But it is K-Morse who leads from Bowie, who looks to make a move going into turn 4, and he will stick side by side. That is K-Morse off there at turn 4, though he decides to kind of give him the space back, seemingly there, although squeezes him going into turn 4. And it looks like Bowie will regain the turn 1 as that's Hornet. That is Hornet off at turn 4. He is in the grass. So really unfortunate there from him. Just a minor accident. Now it is Crazy looking on the back of Slim Sign as that's K-Morse looking right on the inside of Bowie going into turn 5. Who's nearly on the grass, and that is Bowie on the grass there. He looks around the outside of 6. As he tries to switch back on K-Morse there, and it has worked as Bowie will get back into the lead. Meanwhile, it is Faster behind them. Slip Sign under heavy pressure by Crazy, who's managed to make up 4 places going into the first lap now. As it all seems relatively clean behind him, that is Joe Black under heavy pressure by Ryan, who is really fast here, but he has to start in the back. But now, as they come to end turn 1, it is Bowie, K-Morse, Faster, Slim Sign, Crazy. Now under a little bit of pressure by GTS, and then you have this small pack of Beckeratis and Alice there, excuse me. You see Alice looking on the back of Beckeratis there, as that's Beckeratis going very far out wide. Now that was Beckeratis all the way in the grass there. So he just gotten it all wrong, and that is Schwami in the pits. I wonder what he's in the pits for. We know Hornet also got it a lot wrong, as that is Crazy there, who has spun it off of turn 2. Fortunate there. Well, now it is Alex and Joe Black fighting for 6th place. They're starting pretty far down the field, although they've made their way decently inside the top 10. You see K-Morse has some sort of penalty, as well as a Slim Sign and Hornet as well, so we'll see what those are for in a moment. But as it stands now, Bowie has been able to break away a little bit from K-Morse. I suspect that is the KTM handling doing wonders for him. Meanwhile, that is Alex and Joe Black going side by side, although Alex has got it all wrong and he is in the dirt. He has spun it across the track, although he's done pretty well to regain traction of that car. So now it is Joe Black into 6th place, now under heavy pressure by Ryan Ruby. It's up to 7th now. He's looking for even more positions on Joe. Meanwhile, up front is Bowie. Runs really wide there in turn 1, although doesn't go too much into the dirt there. It's Alex looking on the back of USA. Turn 2, Alex looking a little bit to the outside, although USA defends pretty well into turn 2. So a relatively clean start by everyone, a small bit of contact in the back, but it's been a much better start than what we've seen in recent races. But as it stands now, it is Bowie still under very heavy pressure from Keymore, so unlike Oshisleben, it seems like Bowie isn't able to get away from the pack like he was able to, as this is Joe Black and Ryan. Ryan has decided to make the move around the outside there. Battle for 6th place, although Joe keeps it going into turn 6. A little bit far on the curve, Ryan using that KTM to good measure, although he's looking around the outside again going into 7. And ahead of him, that Slim Sign who's gone pretty far deep. Just a little bit of time to GTS, who currently sits in 4th place. Still looking on the back there, but a little further behind it is Rogers, who is trying to make up places again on the back of USA. Behind them there's another incident, as there's Hornet and Schwami. I believe Hornet had some sort of incident there, but has let Schwami go past there. There's still a little bit of contact there. Seemingly a pointless fight though, so I wonder what has happened there. It's Ryan still looking on the back there. Joe blocks to the inside from Ryan, so he'll have to look somewhere else. Mustang, the ever more threatening on a track like this where it's very difficult to pass. It pretty much takes up half of the entire circuit, but Ryan won't care. He will look to make a move on turn 5. KTM versus Mustang going in. Ooh, there's a little bit of contact, and there is contact, as that is Joe and Ryan around. It looked like a little bit of a racing incident there. It looked like both of them, they didn't look like either of them was gonna go off of the track, so there might have just been a small bit of contact that didn't end well for Joe Black there. He is now down to 8th place. Unfortunate there. Doesn't look like Ryan has any bit of damage, so it might have just been a small bit of contact and turning around there, but I was about to say it was a very bold move to do it around the fast right. Has come out the better of that. He's now up to 6th place. Okay, we're still looking on the back of Bowie. Behind them, GTS has been able to break away a little bit from Slim Sign. Behind them, Russo and Petratus now close up to Joe, who's still recovering from that spin. Front K-Morse has actually gotten to the back of Bowie. He will have a lot more speed, although speed isn't inherently too great on a track like this. It is helping on this section, as Bowie looks to block to the inside, though K-Morse doesn't look to make a move around the outside, but Bowie, ooh, that's K-Morse who gets really loose off of turn 5, he needs to back out of it. Very close there, as it's Bowie who also gets loose in front of him. Straws here right now. It's very close between these two. Wow, he kind of got stuck on the grass a little bit there. Wish he was able to close up just a little bit. Defensive line, although that Slim Sign is, ooh, there's a little bit of contact there, as there was a little bit of indecisiveness there. Slim Sign was going to the inside, although GTS blocked him there. That was pretty bad on the part of GTS there, because it looked like Slim Sign had the available space, and he has dropped all the way back down to 8th. Mike was 9th to Bekaratis there. It's very unfortunate there. Slim Sign is all the way in the back with his teammate. That promotes Ryan up to 5th place. Now it's up to 6th place. so it actually kind of dives down a little bit, or at least in the mid-pack. We'll see. Okay, so K-Morse has a 3-second time penalty. GTS and Ryan have 1 second time penalties. Slim Sign, 1 second time penalty. Max B, a second time penalty, and Morgan 2 seconds of time penalties. Very, I guess, a lot of people taking liberties with the track limits here today. So that just means Bowie, all he has to do is stay in front of K-Morse, and he might be able to prevent K-Morse from extending the gap from him. Now K-Morse wants to win this race, he's got to break out a 3-second gap from Bowie currently. Faster is kind of losing these front two. Still trying to recover from that. He's now looking on the outside of Bekaratis going into turn 9. Will switch to the inside now. And then he's at the last minute switched back to the outside. Meanwhile, in front of them, actually, it's Alex, who is actually falling back behind Joe. So Alex getting it wrong into turn 9. That promotes Joe into 6th place. So still defending from Slimsign behind him. Slimsign looks to the inside of Ben Crotch, going into turn 2. And ooh, there's a little bit of contact. Slimsign powered it down inside. Kind of backed off a little bit. I guess he felt pretty bad, but that just put him under pressure from his teammate Husa there. Really intense battle going on there as K-Morse is still on the back of Maui. At this point, K-Morse might be getting held up a little bit. He's got the pace on him, actually. Ooh, as K-Morse gets very loose coming off the 7. These guys are throwing it all over the line there. It's really running on a knife's edge. It's almost a matter of time, actually. Probably going a little bit defensive into 9. Allows K-Morse to kind of pick up a little bit more speed. If he has enough speed here, he might be able to make a move going into turn 1, and that is exactly what K-Morse is going to do around the outside of Bowie. Bowie a lot later on the brakes than K-Morse, though. Holds it going into turn 1. Oh, he looked it, he locked up a little bit, almost ran into the back of him just a tiny bit. Meanwhile, behind them is Beck Rogers once again under heavy pressure from the Slim Sign. Rogers will have the speed here compared to Slim Sign to stay ahead of him going into turn 1. K-Morse has once again lost the back of Bowie, so K-Morse is a little bit faster, although he hasn't been able to keep the car straight, as that is Husa in the pits for some reason. Not really sure what kind of damage he has. Well, Schwalmy back into 11th place. Is actually starting to break away from Alex a little bit. Well, it is Ryan now on the pursuit of GTS. Ryan starting at the back of the grid. He is now looking for 4th place, very far back from the top 3 there. So looking a little bit similar to Oscherschlagen, actually, as Hornet is also in the pits. So really, really bad start to his GT4 career. Sousa coming out of the pit road now, actually. We've got to be pretty careful there as here comes the leaders right now. Now he's got a little bit of pace over K-Morse in a lot more technical sections, but K-Morse is just a lot more, I guess he's just been a lot more willing to throw the car out there. So, actually 1 second. apologize for my absence. I was having somebody ring at my doorbell, but we're back here, and it's currently raining here at Brands Hatch, excuse me. It seems like K-Morse has dropped down the pack. I honestly apologize. It's slim sign there. It's falling down even further now, so once again, I apologize. I'm trying to recollect just as much as everyone else. I was unfortunately called away there for a few laps there. But as rain descends on Brands Hatch, it looks like everyone is starting to make their pit stops for rain tires. GTS. Like I said, K-Morse has fallen a little bit further away from Bowie. Doesn't look like to have any damage, so looks like just over time lost some speed and pace there. Is currently faster, sitting in second place, actually 5 seconds down from Bowie, so Bowie looks to have the early wet weather pace. You see really quite the storm developing over Brands Hatch actually. While Ryan is actually closing in quite a bit on GTS. Just closing into crazy there. But some drivers are on wet tires and some are dry tires, so it'll be interesting to see what the possible careers of some of these guys are. Just being informed here that K-Morse had it spun after he managed to overtake there, so really unfortunate that I missed that, but I think the stream might have picked that up. But as Faster is now one of the as Faster now responds to the wet weather conditions, so he will most likely go to wet tires there. So it's there around 5 seconds behind Bowie. Bowie's still in front there, decided not to pit. GTS is now into third place with Ryan. He's only right there, so he's closing down pretty quickly, actually. Raj is also deciding to pit there. Starting to get pretty wet, although the dry tires are working at least a little bit. But as I say that, that's GTS who runs very wide there. Just comes back on the track. I say that, now it looks like on certain parts of the track it's getting rather wet. Our onboard camera, the track looks a little bit glossy, a little bit, so it might be time for some of these drivers to start making pit stops. As this is Alex looking to make a move on Faster, who just came out of the pits not too long ago, as they go side by side into turn 5. Faster decides to let Alex go actually there. K-Morse is now in the pits along with GTS. At this point, Alex might be holding up Faster just a little bit. He's not really confident that he can overtake him around this section. He goes very wide there on the grass. Now everyone starts to pile in Joe and Crazy there. If Faster losing this much time, this might actually lead to Morse making a little bit of a comeback here. This is only coming out of the pits now. This is going to be really close. Alan's right in front of them. And Faster has been able to keep in front of K-Morse a little bit, although he runs wide into turn 1. Actually runs very wide on the dirt. K-Morse is able to get back in front of Faster there, being held up a lot by Alex. Ryan and Bowie are still out there. Still think it's relatively okay, but now these two are being held up a little bit by Alex in front of them. I believe has yet to pit. So now see the spray coming off the cars in some of the lower section of the track as Alex. Ooh, that's Alex and that's K-Morse who both get it all wrong in turn 5, but as I say that, Bowie and Ryan are now in the pits. Actually, both of them are teammates, so never mind, I thought they were sharing a pit, never mind. So Bowie gets out well in front, although it looked like a really quick pit stop for Bowie. I wonder if he actually, I was about to say, if Ryan and Bowie actually share the same pit stop, that's Alex who gets it all wrong into 8. That allows K-Morse to go on ahead, now Faster back there. Let's go through the fence there and hit E. Alex does indeed decide to pit this lap. So I was saying, it looked like a relatively quick pit stop for Bowie. As I say that, Ryan has jumped both of these guys as they were held up massively in traffic there. So that coming into Ryan's work there. But in terms of Bowie, it's just me or was this pit stop way too quickly? He even made one, so to stay on board with that revelation. But Ryan has managed to outplay everyone in the top 5 as he's held himself ahead of GTS Faster and K-Morse. We're all struggling with lap traffic of Alex there. Crazy goes very wide in turn 1. Actually, is in the dirt a little bit there. It's very much in the dirt. Stay on board Bowie for a little bit just to check. Seems okay for now. Schwami is now in the pits. And now with the 2 orange KTMs in the front of the pack, it's looking a lot like a Silverstone situation here. K-Morse slides a little bit going into 8. Faster has lost the back of him just a little bit. You know, now with Crazy's mistake, it's allowed Joe Black to close in just a little bit, actually. He's holding the gap a little bit to K-Morse. Extension Faster. So, Ryan staying out the latest of most of everyone. He's been able to jump everyone in the top 5. It looks like he does have the pace to stay in front, at least in the wet weather conditions. So then, with just about halfway of the race done, we'll just take a little bit of a small recap. So Bowie has pretty much led this race from start to finish with the exception of K-Morse, who's been battling him for some time. But currently he sits at a 22-second lead there over his teammate Ryan, who didn't qualify but now currently sits in 2nd place after his pit strategy. K-Morse currently sitting in 3rd, although he's not too far back from Ryan. He could mount a charge if he picks up the pace a little bit, but Faster is seemingly falling on the back of both of these guys by quite a bit. He's struggling a lot. Faster has been more or less kind of stationary in the top 5 the whole race. Same with GTS, who's been stationary here the whole race. Crazy, after difficult qualifying, has seemingly found a sort of station place there as he goes very wide off of 6th there. It's actually allowed Joe Black to close it a little bit. Both these guys kind of making mistakes that cancel each other out. I say that, yeah, that's Joe going a little bit wide there. Gavra also not being able to kind of catch up after his back qualifying session. Alex also not track not favoring him either. Some sign, another one of those who kind of got booted down a little early there. Actually, if I'm correct, he was one of those who made a really early pit stop. Schwami also not able to recover, as well as Max Lee and Husa, and Hornet, as I've said, had that early spin. And as I look at it now, it is Husa who actually is out of this race, so he did disconnect sometime earlier. I apologize for not noticing that. Stands now, actually, the rain is getting much heavier here at Brands Hatch. It's definitely not light rain, so definitely hinging on stormy conditions. Actually start seeing a lot of puddles forming up around the Brands Hatch Speedway, which might hinder some of these guys quite frequently, considering, judging from just the amount of downpour that's actually taking to the British weathers today. Meanwhile, Ryan's gap has extended over K-Morse just a little bit. I believe that's slim sign right in front of them. Traffic. It goes a little bit of challenge, although slim sign does get out of the way of right there. Extension get out of the way of K-Morse as well. Well, I was actually going to say, I was going to say that the gap has actually increased a little bit from Crazy to Joe a little bit. That's crazy. I spun it around in turn 2. So he's got it all wrong there, and that was given the position there to Joe. He has also lost the position to Beckeratis there, so crazy just getting it all wrong there. Unfortunate there for him. He's also quite susceptible to Alex if he can't pick up the pace. Slides into turn 2 like Crazy did, and he is also around there. Just a little bit. Be careful. It's starting to believe. So yeah, Kmart's just getting it all wrong like crazy did. So turn 2 might be one of the more slippery parts of the track there for these drivers to drive into. Kmart's losing all the time that he had on Ryan there. So, as it stands, the gaps remain separate from each other. Ryan taking quite a bit of curve, actually. The car bounced quite a bit over that. But it's all good in Bowie's world, as I thought he had some sort of pit issue, but it seems like he's not. So Bowie is the definitive leader, as Max Maxley in the pits, which promotes Hornet into 12. Very far away from that. I was about to say Becaratus was closing a little bit on Joe. Crazy's actually lost even more time, actually. Crazy was very wide there into 5. Becaratus is only... not Becaratus, Alex is only right there. So Crazy... another mistake, he's right there, and as I say that, Crazy is actually in the dirt there in the next corner. It's a little bit of fun on the track with it, but there's Alex ahead. So there, the fight in place. See the amount of spray being kicked up. A lot more lane on the brake and Crazy showing confidence there. He's running into because they have what's he doing? Locks him a little bit going into 2, actually touched the back of Crazy there. I was going to say that's might be Bowie right in this pack. Yes, it is in fact Bowie. It's Crazy goes a little bit wide there. I'm saying Alex just got it a little bit wrong. He actually touched the back of Crazy a little bit there, but no harm done. Looks like he'll let him go going into turn 5, but this will allow Alex to catch up just a little bit. Same spot as we just did last year when he's got it here. Just a bit. Might just be enough, actually. It's just a little more confident down there. But it's not taking the same chance that he tried last turn. Swami actually. He's in the bike position, although a little faster. Hornet is gone from the session, so missing the two-red driver has not been his day. He is out on route 2. still slowly closing in on Joe, as well as Alex slowly closing in on Breezy. Actually hits the puddle there on the edge. He's got himself stuck in the mud down there, so kind of got himself stuck there by running really wide and then couldn't get back on the track. So he didn't lose too much time. Master is also being caught by Slipside, another right now for position. It seems like Slipside has a little more pace and faster around here. Morse has actually been closing the gap back into Brian ever since this small incident. So Morse simply having nothing to lose at this point is really going to try to bring the car around the circle to see if he can catch back up there. Just slowly starting to mount back in charge on triple action. So I'm ever closing just a tiny bit between these two. So I kind of see a small puddle there at the bottom of one, so if anyone is unlucky enough to hit that, he'll see himself caught on the outside of turn one action. Oh, as I say that, GTS has spun hard going to, actually under the bridge. He spun in the middle of the straightaway. How bizarre. So he must have hit a puddle there, and he has heavy front end damage there. So really unfortunate there. He must have hit some sort of puddle as they entered the bridge. Now that will essentially give Joe and Beccaratis 5th and 6th place there. Very bizarre incident. He's caught GTS out, and what a shame too, because he was having a really consistent run, but he will have to pit now to repair that damage there. He will have to race 5th place. Actually, Beccaratis closing a bunch now, actually. So he's a lot more confident than Joe is right now. GTS is in since meetings. He's actually been able to extend his gap a little bit on Alex. These two will also pass GTS to closing into 7th place. Was closing a little bit on Ryan, although Ryan seems to have picked it up just a little bit. So Ryan is well aware, so he's going to keep K-Morse a little bit honest by keeping it back. So speak of that, remember timing. So K-Morse still has a bigger time penalty than Ryan, so he'll have to make up the 4 seconds to him and then some if he actually wants to pass him. Actually followed away from the back of Joe, so he's had some sort of incident himself. He's going back to around 6 seconds after the gap, so he's going way here. Alex right there. That's crazy right there. Alex is falling back crazy, so Grace is actually reeling in Gavra just a little bit if he makes another mistake. That's GTS again. He's in the wall hard. He has to be careful. Oh, that Slim Sign. Hard impact on Swami right there. I don't think he could have seen that. There was dust everywhere, but a terrible impact between Slim Sign, Swami, and GTS. GTS had come back on the track, and Slim Sign was unsighted, and Swami, I don't think, could see any of that because there was so much spray, but GTS had wrecked again in the same place. Then wrecked into Swami and Slim Sign, who are technically both fighting for 9th and 10th. They're right next to each other, so terrible, terrible impact there. How did GTS spin again in the same place? Well, he's got to be more careful. That's Joe there. Oh, very, very violent impact. You saw the car kind of go upside down there momentarily, and then Swami finished him off a good deal. Body of the car is ripped off. It's just making its way back to its. So Gavra just Ryan going Bowie going through, excuse me. Swami and Slim Sign have made it back to the pits. So the fight between them still continues actually, but GTS's day has gone from kind of decent to bad to worse now is it's might be looked at by the stewards there. It's how it's going through now. And now that's Ryan coming through there. Yeah, just a terrible incident there. Some sort of review, but as I say that, K-Morrison has closed in the gap to Ryan again. This time now down to around 2 seconds. As K-Morrison has once again picked up the pace just a little bit. So he's going to try to get an overtake on Ryan with about 10 laps to go. It'll be enough. What if it'll be enough, actually? Just was behind Crazy, so Gavra just was able to overtake Crazy, and now is in 6th place there. Slim Sign is out of the pits, however, Swami's still in the pits, so Slim Sign having a lot less damage than Swami did. Ooh, Slim Sign kind of is almost about to spin in the same place that GTS did, so there's obviously something over there that's making some of the drivers go off there in the middle of the turn. So Swami comes out and this thing right there, right in front of Bowie and Nichols. A little bit of crazy maneuver there. I think he was just a little bit unsighted there by Swami. A little bit of indecisiveness actually by letting him go there. Cost him a little bit of time, but Bowie already had a 20-second gap, so he has the time to spare. One driver who does have the time to spare is Ryan, who's now in the midst of quite a lot of traffic. K-Morse is running right there behind him to pick up on the needle. Grace is actually closing back into Gavra, just a little bit. Just gets 25 more kilometers to slow up a lot more in the Grace. Ryan puts the Alex right in front of them, so a little bit of indecisiveness there. Go there. Say that crazy looks down to the inside of turn 9 on Beckeratis. There's a tiny bit of contact there. Crazy knew he was going a little too far, so he backed out of it. So disaster avoided there. Meanwhile, there's GTS coming out of this right now. That happened there with crazy Beckeratis. See that K Morse is now closing the gap in again, so can he actually try to overtake Ryan? So spoil the KTM duo that they have going right now. Just K Morse sliding turn 2 and nearly spun himself again. Like he had done before, but as I say that, Ryan has actually got it all wrong. Going into turn 3, so that is K Morse now into second place, albeit with the time penalty. So we don't have to make up the gap there on Ryan. So Ryan looking a little bit to the outside going into turn 4. A lot more confidence, actually able to keep it there, hold a little bit more speed. So try maybe look side by side, but have to be careful here. A lot of drivers have crashed coming through here. Still on the defensive from Crazy. So we'll have to keep switching between both battles. That's Ryan looking on the outside. K Morse comes back to the outside to block just a little bit. Got the Aston Martin of GTS right in front of them. Ooh, he hit the wall again, trying to get out of the way. So GTS just got really stuck there. So unfortunate for him. Well, as I say that, Faster has now hit the wall, so just there's something going wrong in that middle part between 4 and 5 that these drivers keep hitting. And that's causing all the crashes that we've seen there. Just again, hits for damage. It's Crazy looking on the outside of Beckeratis. So, knowing what I know, it's going to be very dangerous if these guys decide to go side by side for this part of the course. Try to attempt it. It's Beckeratis and Crazy side by side, although they're on the part of the course that's been pretty slippery for everybody through here. Oh, this is inverted for now. K Morse getting a little bit away from Ryan, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Doesn't hamper him too much. This K Morse getting away a little bit there. A little bit deep. Russ defensive to the inside. Crazy look to kind of make a switch back, although he read it pretty well there. That damage of Faster, wonder how much that's going to affect his. Well, he is pretty far back. Looks like he doesn't have to hit for that damage. So. Meanwhile, K-Morse is still trying to make a gap on Ryan in 1 second place, although just still kind of keeping him honest just a little bit. It's faster a little bit on the grass there, so I wonder if he does have some sort of advantage there. It's not handling as well as he'd like to. Has actually lost Gavra again, so he's had a small incident. Behind them, the 2 second and third place cars will let him go. Unfortunately, there, he has pretty much lost Gavra there. Caught on the grass there, he slowed up just a bit. Every little bit of time counts for these two. They both have time penalties that we have to work through, actually. To the win, actually, here. Second win of the season, if he can pull this off. So that's actually just in front of him, excuse me. Still holding station to K-Morse, so he's on the grass a little bit. K-Morse just needs to find a little bit more consistent time to break away. That might be really difficult. Large catching to Gavra just in front there. And ooh, that's K-Morse on the grass quite a bit. He's caught there. So that allows Ryan to close right back into this fight. So much more than right tonight that allows K-Morse to get away once again. This guy is switching times pretty much here. So faster of his points. Station over there as Gavra just gets out of the lane of K-Morse. So it's up to Ryan to also get past Gavra as quickly as he can. He's fighting him a little bit. Gives the position up there. Not position, the space. Gavra is much far ahead of Crazy, so slightly time there, but it's bowing in just a lap. It's been quite the shift of positions ever since the rain came. We've seen at least an influx of some action there. Albeit, battle for second place still reaches the line, so K-Morse needs to pull out about seconds of a gap compared to Ryan, who wants second place. And Ryan needs to maintain the gap if he wants second place. But either way, this will be a very good run for K Morris. Exactly what he needs to do as in the GT4 series. Oh, that's Ryan going off at turn 1. He just barely clips the wall there. He is all the way off there in turn 1. I believe he had hit a puddle there. He needs to hurry up and get out of that grab. It seems he's not going to get past, but that pretty much will seal it there, as there's something going on in turn 5 once more. We got another car off somewhere around here. GTS again. I was going to say that K Morris has seemingly sealed this second place. Ryan's instant. I was going to say there was another incident somewhere down near turn 5, but I couldn't figure it out what it is for that. But it seems to be just a cluster of cars around here. This is Joe Black and Schwami. Schwami simply faster than him at the moment. So as we enter the final lap, Howie has essentially commanded this entire race, albeit with some opposition by K Morris. Looks like he will be cruising on to another win for KTM. K Morris only has a little bit to go himself, as well as Ryan. Faster as he will finally finish his first race, I believe. So it's a part-time driver. Say that Crazy's actually closed in the gap dramatically to two Beccaratis actually. The gap was around 5 seconds, but Beccaratis has backed it down a little bit. Just cluster behind his teammate right in front of him, as well as Schwami on the back of him. K Morris right behind all of these guys, actually. They're crazy. Looks like the gap might just be too much there. K Morris just dodging through a ton of traffic there to get through, but across the finish line, it will be Bowie to claim his second win of the season for the educating outfit. K Morris in his first GT4 race here, subbing for Adam Crowther, he will claim that team's first podium of the season. Meanwhile, for Ryan, as we have a car off in turn 1, as that's Alex off on turn 5, and Slimsign off in turn 1. Unless Slimsign was already done, but I don't think Alex was done. So as I was saying, Ryan now comes across the line now to take the final podium position there. Another solid run from the back. Meanwhile, Faster, he will come across the line to get another solid position for himself. Joe also across the line to claim a solid 5th place after his early podium. Beccaratis 6, Crazy 7. So Alex, even with this problem, will come across the line to finish 8th at least. Very tricky race here at the end. A lot of incidents happening on the straight there. It's Alex behind Faster, so as Faster will come across the line to finish 4th, and Alex will go across to finish 8th despite spinning on the last line. In the back of his Slimsign 9th, Schwami 10th, Max Lee 11th, and GTS 12th. Musa and Red rounding out the top 14. And there you have it. These are the final results of Brands Hatch. Very intriguing race, even though I missed a couple laps. I'll have to watch it back to see what happened, but I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It's It's been a very interesting European point, as I believe starting in the next 2 weeks, we'll be heading to the Asian circuit of the Gavra Racing GT4 series. So, once again, congratulations to Bowie and the rest of the top 3. And I have been Cypher Knight77, and this has been Gavra Racing's GT4 series. We hope to see you back on the Asian circuit. Have a good day.